Hi there. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jeb Stewart Johnston, and I'm all about helping you build a healthier relationship with food. So click like and subscribe if you're interested to really find freedom from food obsession. Today, we're diving into something that's not only essential for health, but can also be a lot of fun: cooking. Now, I know cooking sometimes feels like a chore, especially because you're busy, but developing even basic cooking skills can make a world of difference in your health and wellness journey. So, whether you're looking to manage your weight, eat more mindfully, or just enjoy more nourishing meals, cooking's a powerful tool that puts you in control. So, in this video, I'm going to share why cooking skills are so important, and I'm going to walk you through some basic techniques that really anyone can master. So, whether you're a complete beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, you're in the right place. So by the end of this video, I'd like you to have a better understanding of how cooking can support your health and wellness goals. And you'll be ready to start creating delicious, healthy meals at home. So let's talk about why cooking skills are such a game changer when it comes to health and fitness. I know takeout and Uber Eats make your hectic life super easy. Here's the thing: cooking at home gives you control. And that control is the key to making those healthier choices. First up, it gives you control over your ingredients. When you cook at home, you get to choose exactly what goes into your meals. No hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, or preservatives that you don't want. Just fresh, wholesome ingredients. This control means you can tailor your meals to fit your specific dietary needs. Whether you're watching saturated fat intake or trying to include more fiber or just looking to add more whole foods in your diet, it makes it simple. Next, it's going to help with portion control. So, one of the biggest challenges with eating out or ordering in is portions are usually way larger than we actually need. When you're cooking at home, you have the power to manage portions that are just right for you. This is a huge plus if you're working on weight management, as it helps you to stay mindful of how much you're eating. So, speaking of mindfulness, cooking also encourages mindful eating. The process of preparing a meal, chopping, stirring, seasoning, it can actually be quite meditative. It gives you a moment to slow down and really connect with the food you're about to eat. And when you take that time, you're more likely to appreciate your meal. You're going to eat more slowly and you're going to feel more satisfied. This connection between mindfulness and eating can improve digestion. It's going to help you recognize when you're full, and it's even going to help reduce your emotional eating. And then there's the sense of empowerment and confidence that comes with cooking. Knowing how to prepare a meal from scratch gives you a sense of accomplishment and control over your health. You're no longer at the mercy of whatever's convenient or whatever's on the menu at the nearest restaurant. Instead, you are making intentional choices that align with your wellness goals. Finally, let's not forget the long term benefits, right? Cooking at home isn't just a one time thing, it's an investment in your long term health. You are building habits that support a healthier lifestyle. And believe it or not, you're probably saving money too. I mean, think about it. I know groceries have gotten extraordinarily expensive, but a week's worth of groceries is probably less than a couple nights of takeout. And you're going to be getting a lot more nutrition bang for your buck. So, again, whether you're looking to manage your weight, eat more mindfully, or just take control of your health, cooking skills are going to be a crucial part of the puzzle. And the best part is you don't have to be some kind of gourmet chef to make a big impact. Even the basics can take you a long way, which is exactly what we're going to dive into next. So, what are some basic cooking skills to get started? Well, we've talked about why cooking is so important for your health and wellness. So, let's get into the action part: actually cooking. So, whether you're a complete beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, these basic techniques are going to set you up for success in the kitchen. This is going to be very simple. The first thing we want to talk about is knife skills. So, this is one of the most fundamental skills you can have in the kitchen. And it all starts with learning how to handle a knife safely and efficiently. A sharp knife is actually safer than a dull one because it requires less force to cut through food, which means you're less likely to slip. So, we want to talk about the grip, right? Here's how you do it: you're going to grip the handle of the knife firmly with your dominant hand and place your other hand on top of the food, using your knuckles as a guide to avoid cutting your fingertips. Then, you use a rocking motion to chop or slice. You can start with something simple, like chopping an onion. I say simple, but you're going to cry. Now, once you get the hang of basic chopping, you'll find that meal prep becomes a lot faster and easier. Plus, mastering knife skills opens up a world of possibilities for what you can cook. And it's kind of fun. So, next, we're going to talk about sauteing. It's a quick and healthy way to cook vegetables, proteins, even grains. It involves cooking food quickly in a small amount of oil over medium to high heat, which helps retain nutrients and flavors. I like to use avocado oil spray. It's got a high smoke point. Now, here's a tip: always make sure your pan is hot before adding the food. You should hear a nice sizzle, or you could splash some water on it to see it beads when the food hits the pan. That's how you know it's hot enough. So stir the food occasionally to cook it evenly, but don't stir too much, or you'll lose that nice caramelization on the surface. So sauteing is going to be perfect for quick weeknight dinners or when you just need to whip up a healthy side dish in a hurry. You can saute almost anything: leafy greens, bell peppers, mushrooms, chicken breast, whatever it is. A good pan is going to help with that as well. Another essential skill is roasting. Roasting brings out the natural sweetness in vegetables and can make proteins like chicken or fish tender and flavorful. Plus, it's simple. You're just going to toss your ingredients in a bit of oil and seasoning, spread them out on a baking sheet, and let the oven do the work. One key tip for roasting: make sure you don't overcrowd the pan. If the vegetables or proteins are too close together, they'll start to steam instead of roast, which means you'll miss out on that delicious crispy texture. Unless you like mushy vegetables, and then go for it. Now, I understand that one of the biggest obstacles for most people when it comes to cooking is really time. So, along with these techniques, don't be afraid to add in some time saving tools as well. Things like air fryers and Instapots and sous vides can all reduce or even remove your time constraints when cooking. And that's going to help with everything. So, next, we can't forget about seasoning. We've talked about tools and techniques, but understanding the basics of seasonings can take your cooking from bland to bold. It's not just salt and pepper, right? Herbs, spices, citrus, fish oils. Get creative. Now, the key is to season as you go, and you want to taste your food at different stages of cooking and adjust the seasonings as needed. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away, especially with salt. So start with a little and build up the flavor. Lastly, let's talk about meal prep basics. I know this can get annoying, but meal prepping is a great way to save time during the week and ensure you always have healthy options on hand. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start by preparing a few staples that you can mix and match throughout the week, like roasted vegetables, grilled chicken, or a batch of cooked grains. For example, you can use roasted vegetables in a salad. I love that. Or you can do it in a grain bowl or just as a side dish. And having those components ready to go makes it so much easier to stick to your healthy eating goals, even on busy days. Also, don't be afraid to add things like frozen or canned vegetables or already cooked proteins to your grocery list. That way, when you are crunched for time, you don't have to spend a lot of time prepping. So there you have it. Some very, very basic cooking skills that will help set you up for the success in the kitchen. Now, remember, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And before you know it, cooking healthy meals will feel like second nature. So, now that we've talked about some techniques and some reasoning, let's talk about how these cooking skills actually support your wellness goals. So, hopefully, I've explained how easy it can be to start building up your cooking skills. But let's talk about how these skills directly support your wellness goals. So, again, whether it's weight management, improving your mental health, or just building healthier habits, cooking plays a crucial role. First, let's talk about weight management, which is why most of you are here. When you cook at home, once again, you're in control of what goes into your meals. everything from the ingredients to the portion sizes. This means you can make meals that are perfectly tailored to your nutritional needs. So I don't care if you're counting calories or tracking macros or just trying to eat more whole foods. All of those things will be affected by cooking. So if you're focusing on weight loss, you can prepare meals that are lower in calories but still filling and satisfying. You can control the amount of oil or butter you use. You can choose lean proteins rather than fatty. You can load up on veggies. All of these things will keep your meals aligned with your goals. But cooking isn't just about physical health, it's also really good for your mental health. The process of cooking can be incredibly grounding and therapeutic. Again, it's a chance to slow down, focus on the task at hand, and take a break from the stressors of the day. Many people find that cooking is that form of mindfulness they're looking for. You're fully engaged in the present moment, whether you're chopping, stirring, or tasting, and that can help reduce stress and anxiety. Plus, there's just really something satisfying about creating something from scratch. It might sound small, but it's a really meaningful way to practice self care. And speaking of self care, developing cooking skills helps you build healthy habits that last. When you're confident in the kitchen, you're more likely to cook at home regularly, which means you're going to be eating healthier more often. Over time, this just becomes a habit, a routine that supports your long term health and wellness goals. One of the best things about building these habits is that they're sustainable. Unlike restrictive diets or quick fixes, cooking at home is something you can do for life. And as you continue to cook, you'll naturally start to explore new foods, try new recipes, and get creative in the kitchen, all of which keeps your meals interesting and enjoyable. So, if you're looking to make lasting changes in your health and wellness, start by mastering the basics in the kitchen. Every time you cook a meal, you're taking a step toward better health, both physically and mentally. And remember, it's not about perfection. I know, you hear this all the time. It's about progress and building a relationship with food that's positive and empowering. So, what's next? We've covered quite a bit, right? From why cooking skills are essential for your health and wellness, and to some of the techniques and the tools that you can use that will get you started in the kitchen. Now you're thinking, all right, so where do I go from here? Where do I start? I'm glad you asked. Because here's the thing, cooking is a skill. And like any skill, it gets better and more enjoyable the more you practice. So, my challenge to you is this: pick one new cooking skill or just a technique from today's video and try it out. Maybe it's mastering your knife skills, or maybe it's roasting a batch of vegetables this weekend, some type of prep. Whatever it is, start small and build from there. Don't worry if things don't turn out perfectly the first time. Remember, cooking is a journey, not a destination. Each time you cook, you're learning something new, and that's what matters. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And before you know it, cooking will start to feel like second nature. So if you're looking for more guidance, there's plenty of resources out there. I mean, all over YouTube, tons of cooking, tutorials. Or you can grab a good cookbook. I mean, there's online cooking courses in tons of videos, right? There's no shortage of ways to keep learning and improving your skills. And speaking of more videos, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. I've got more videos on the way that'll dive deeper into healthier meal planning, healthier choices, really focusing on your emotions around eating, whether it be making time in the kitchen or making time with friends. So I'd also love to hear from you. What's the first cooking skill you're going to try? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you run into any challenges, share those too. I'm here to help. And we've got a whole community of folks who are on the same journey, ready to support each other. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. And remember that every meal you cook is a step toward better health and wellness. Keep practicing. Most importantly, stay curious and have fun with it. I'll see you next time.